Sigismund Thalberg. Being famous for his unique legato touch and very beautiful sound, he described the importance of singing touch and proper legato in his method book L'Art du chant appliqué au piano. Along with Frédéric Chopin, Thalberg was one of pioneers of syncopating pedal, opposite to Liszt, who, according to evidence of contemporaries, used the old-fashioned effect pedal, often blending more than one harmony, as we will hear later on today in Codanza. In Thalberg's Fantasia over God Save the Queen, there are new techniques employed. Parlando, declamating coming from opera, non-synchronic playing, when the right hand plays with rhythmical freedom, or with a strict conducting left hand. Cantando, caressing the key. Snap, short stroke, as described still in Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach. Je parlais, utterly refined on legato, scale per play, usually senza pedale. Jolière, over legato, again in spirit of old harpsichord techniques. Newly invented, enormously popular tremolo technique that was a hit at that time. Senza pedale staccato, that actually is almost out of use now. And his famous 30-hand effect. In the early 1800s, both composition and improvisation were a natural part of daily music practice. Hummel mentioned importance of improvisation in his method treatise. Carl Czerny's Kunst der Improvisazione is one of his method books, along with Art of Dexterity. He treats improvisation as one of the elements of technique. Somebody who could not improvise or compose would not be considered as being a complete musician. Compositional talent influenced general renommée as a musician. Being one of the most brilliant players of 19th century, Sigismund Thalberg was criticized for not being as complete musician as, for example, Liszt, because of some imperfections of his compositions, not because of his performer skills. Composition, a form of paraphrase invented as Thalbergiant, were a potential vehicle for improvisation. What different ways of playing could this bring us? It is interesting to read what Thalberg writes himself about his practice. He writes that every morning he dedicates 2 hours for playing scales, and then he dedicates another 2 hours for playing scales expressively. What could this mean? Continuing my idea of romantic passages as a natural continuation of broken chords in Baroque, we can reconstruct the manner they performed in this time. A pianist had a melody, then that he either got from the audience right on the concert or prepared in advance. He had a harmonic structure for this melody, figured bass, and then he had to use all those scales that he practiced on expressively as elements of improvisation. Regarding the element of the score, from this point of view, we can understand that everything written in paraphrases and fantasias is not a strict definitive texture, but a record of a melody with a set of various technical elements recommended for employment, but not demanded. And last but not least, a technical element used by Thalberg whilst playing his famous legato and repetition was weight technique. This technique became possible because of one man who was not a pianist and hardly can be called a musician at all, but who, however, contributed more than anybody else to the transformation of Thalbergiant into high romanticism. His name is Sebastian Erard. The mechanical genius, as he was, harp refugee maker Sebastian Erard started making grand pianos and square pianos in England during the French Revolution, when he was in London. His Erards, like this one, from 1850s, is the closest to the modern grand pianos, and there is a big difference between this instrument and these three other instruments. This instrument is evolved in two ways. First of all, it has much more iron in the frame. 4 crossed bars there, and even 5 from time to time, and a huge metal iron plate on the string. It takes a colossal strain. If we were to measure the load of the strings on this instrument, it's about 16 tons. If you took away the bars, the whole structure would collapse immediately. So, the bars are absolutely essential in order for this piano to survive. It's still not a full iron frame as on modern Steinway. It is bolted together from a series of smaller pieces screwed together. The hammers are even larger, more thick, and of course have felt instead of the leather. It is felt that really makes this romantic warm sound and changes the sound from the classical to the romantic one. With leather, it is more of sort of a classical sound. The proper magic of Erard piano and his main invention, a little revolution that he made in 1823, is a double escapement action. Like how does it work? How does it function? The middle lever has an extra lever inside, so instead of being just a single action, which is just one lever pushing the hammer up, the Erard has two. In single escapement action, both English and Viennese, the check stops the hammer bouncing up and down to take it a bit nearer the string to have the repetition. But the Erard has a special magic feature. When you release the finger slightly from the key, like that, when you release it slightly and then put it back, the little miracle happens to the hammer, because the hammer jumps up by itself. Now, no other piano did it ever before. It is because they have a little spring of under lever that pushes the hammer back up again. That enables much better repetition, because the hammer is turning back up to the string again, and also increases the speed. It had great consequences for the development of the piano technique and for new approaches in composition as well. It allows us to repeat notes without revealing the note fully, and opens way both for quick passages, repetition, martillato, soft accompaniments, and bringing pianists to the new stage of virtuosity. And now, with all that, Sigismund Thalberg, God save the King.
Thank you.